Here are just a few of the possibilities that you may choose to use to view your video from the ground. One of which is a camcorder, which in my opinion is the simplest to use. By using the camcorder to view your video through the eyepiece, you can also record your video live from the ground. Second would be a color TV VCR. This also gives you the ability to record your flight directly onto VHS and play it back later for your friends. Third could be a black and white television set that's relatively inexpensive and works just great as a monitor with a shield over the top to block out the backlight. And my viewer of choice is the virtual headgear, which seemingly puts you in the cockpit of your aircraft of choice. A field support power supply package that I chose was a DC to AC power inverter. This is very simple to use. It provides us with a couple of different outlets and gives us the ability to power several 120 volt devices at the field for our Videolink system. At purchase of our unit, we found that it comes ready to install into a cigarette lighter, which can work well for a number of different applications. And with the addition of a simple adapter, now we can hook up our power supply to either a remote car battery or this hobby gel cell. Important that your battery is providing a minimum of 12 volts DC current. Otherwise, your power inverter will not function correctly. You may choose to also provide a surge suppressor. This one we chose here has a number of electrical outlets, plus provides protection for our micro video circuits. Installation is very simple. We simply plug this in to our inverter and we're ready to hook up our television set and the power supply for the receiving unit. Please don't forget, before heading out to the field, make sure your batteries are fully charged. Here is the SIG LT40 we earlier mentioned that our good friend Jim has loaned us for the afternoon. One great point about these lightweight airborne video packs is you don't need a big expensive aircraft to use them. A 40 size trainer with a healthy engine will do a good job just the same. Jim's LT40 is powered by a Super Tiger 40 size glow engine, and believe me, it has power to spare. Well, let's get started by placing our Videolink enclosure on the aircraft. As you can see, the enclosure fits quite well. Now let's grab a handful of those SIG rubber bands and start by placing them from the enclosure to the airplane. Use an amount sufficient enough so as the enclosure will not detach in flight. Next, it is very important you make a proper check of the balance of the aircraft after placing the enclosure on top. A tail-heavy condition could lead to your aircraft going out of control. This could be quite costly if not properly checked. After fueling the aircraft and checking the batteries, we'll make sure all control surfaces are in place and secure. Now let's check our Videolink after being installed on the LT40. Make sure antennas are installed vertically to one another. This is very important for the performance of your Videolink. And last but not least, before taking off, be sure to make a proper range check after installing the Videolink. If your range check does not pan out, you may need to relocate your Videolink transmitter. So far, we have had no problems in this area. Well, let's get in the air, shall we? As you can see, our black and white camera gives us a great picture with stunning resolution. Even with our enclosure mounted above the wing, the SIG LT40 is capable of some aerial stunts. If you find you are having poor signal reception, here are a few items to check. Number 1, are the airborne batteries fully charged and have a voltage sufficient enough to operate the system? Number 2, are the receiver batteries fully charged? And number 3, are the antennas installed correctly and mounted in plane with one another? If you still have reception problems after checking these items and all of the connections, contact the distributor you received your product from. They may have another solution. Well, let's get lined up for a landing sequence.